Today we kick off the second half of the Marvel movie marathon, and on day 12, we're hitting the ground running with one of the best superhero sequels of all time, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Out of all the Phase 2 movies, this one I was excited about the most, right next to Age of Ultron, because I wanted to see what they would do in a modern Captain America movie. Who would he be fighting since the war is over? Who would show up to help him? And how would he deal with being a man from the 1940s in the modern day? And they answered all those questions and more. This movie did not disappoint. When the Avengers came out, Captain America wasn't really on the one of the more popular ones. He was still kind of, people treated him like he was kind of boring, like kind of old fashioned. But this is the movie that made people respect Captain America, and it showed that the first Avenger could be the deadliest Avenger. In this movie, Captain America is working with S.H.I.E.L.D. along with Black Widow, and when Nick Fury gets assassinated, S.H.I.E.L.D. turns against Cap. So along with the Falcon, he has to figure out what the hell's going on. It's a giant conspiracy. And then he has to survive against this unknown threat known as the Winter Soldier. And as soon as I knew the title for this film, I knew it was going to be excellent. Because true comic fans know, or people just in the loop, know that the Winter Soldier is none other than Captain America's best friend, Bucky Barnes. And I was just dying to see that moment where he realizes who the Winter Soldier is. That's the moment I was anticipating throughout this entire film. I love this movie. A lot of people claim this is the best movie in the MCU, and they're not wrong. This has everything you want out of it. Great characters, great action scenes, emotional beats, great score, high stakes. It's amazing. Enter the Russo brothers. They took Captain America to the next level. On the Avengers roster, if Iron Man was up here and Cap was down here, after this movie, Cap and Iron Man were neck to neck. People finally understood what made this character awesome. He doesn't change. He always has the same moral code. He always wants to do the right thing. But what's interesting about Captain America is how the world changes around him and how he has to adapt to that. This is like the true Captain America movie, because he finds out everything that he's fighting for is basically a lie, and you can see how it crushes him. And then you throw in the fact that his best friend is a brainwashed Nazi. It's crazy, man. Like it cripples you emotionally just to think about what he's going through. But that's the great thing about Cap. He never gives up. He can do this all day. Along with Cap, you got Black Widow returning, and she's a great addition. I love their chemistry. Their rapport in the mall is a great scene, and she finally gets some depth. You understand where she's coming from. She doesn't really trust anyone. She's not used to having allies. She's used to being a lone assassin, besides Hawkeye, of course, which, man, I really wish he was in this movie. There was actually a scene where they were going to include him, and he was going to tell Cap that his shield suit is bugged, and that's how they were tracing him. But it got cut, and I don't know why. I really wish Hawkeye was here. But at least we get the introduction of a new character, Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. And their friendship in this movie is very organic. The movie opens with them jogging, and Cap has that great line, "On your left," and they bond over, being soldiers and working for different groups of the military. And it's just an organic friendship, and it's the best way they could have introduced this character. I love the Falcon. He's a great sidekick. I love that he just wants to fight because Captain America needs his help. Like, that's all the reason he needs to get involved. And then he has these wings that come out of this jetpack, and it's awesome. There's a whole scene where they explain how they have to fight, like they go through all these gates and security measures to get it, and I would have loved to get that scene, but the trio itself, you already know that it's not going to be a problem for them because they're a great group. They work together, and that's why this movie, a lot of people consider it as Avengers 1.5 because it really is a mini Avengers film. Nick Fury returns as well, Maria Hill, and they get some great screen time with Nick Fury getting a great action scene in a car. All he has to do is sit down and just yell out lines, but even then, he's still showing why you don't mess with Nick Fury. And that scene, all the action scenes in this movie are sick. The opening one where Captain America is pulling off a Metal Gear Solid 2 on the ship, just taking everybody out all by himself, one by one. Like in the first two appearances, Cap wasn't really a great fighter. He could hold his own, but his fighting wasn't anything special. In this movie, you see he's taking his time to learn a few moves, and the way he uses the shield is like beautiful. He's just knocking dudes over it. He's slamming it, and it's hitting different points and coming back to him while he like disarms another guy. This is the Captain America I've been waiting to see. He also has a fight with the Winter Soldier, which is a great hand-to-hand scene. We in this universe, we've seen gods, Super Saiyans, people in iron suits, aliens, all that. But it feels nice to get back to a grounded story with, just regular humans. I mean, Captain America's not a regular, normal human, but he can't fly. He can't shoot things from his hands. He has to rely on his combat skills. This movie showcases why this man is a super soldier. And by the way, he just keeps going. In this movie, he learns how to do the charging star when he's chasing the Winter Soldier on a rooftop. And the fight with Baltruck the Leaper is also a great scene because that dude is a real UFC fighter in real life. So you see Cap go to toe-to-toe with him, he means serious business. And then let me talk about the big twist in the movie. The twist, I did not see any coming at all, but it blew my mind the first time I saw it. The twist is Hydra has been secretly infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. And, it's kind of far-fetched, but the more you think about it, it kind of makes sense, because in the Avengers, they had those Hydra weapons. I feel like it's plausible that this would happen, especially if they're taking enemies and trying to put them on their side. They would form a small little alliance that would grow bigger and bigger deep inside S.H.I.E.L.D. without people knowing. It's just crazy, because you think Hydra's done with. That was in the 40s, but now they're back. And they're controlling this superpower known as S.H.I.E.L.D., which has all these resources at their disposal. It's really scary, and it gives you, paranoia, because it reminds you of how, like, the government's always watching us and stuff like that. Like, if the government was Hydra, all of us would be screwed. And yeah, it's a major bombshell, but it's handled really well, and it really raises the stakes, and it changes the whole universe, because in the end, Captain America has to take down S.H.I.E.L.D. along with Hydra. And when he said he was going to do that, I cheered, because as much as I like S.H.I.E.L.D., I would prefer them to be in the background. The Avengers movie almost felt like a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie featuring the Avengers, which that should not be the case. In any superhero media, I'm not a fan of the cop storylines. The cop storylines are boring because they're always trying to put the heroes in check. I just want the heroes to go wild. I don't want any type of authority trying to censor them and prevent them from doing what they need to do. It's annoying. So when I found out she was being taken down, I was like, hell yeah. Which bodes well for the next Avengers movie. You also get a quiet scene with Peggy Carter. She's an old woman right now, but she also has Alzheimer's. So you get that revelation that when she finds out Steve is still alive, and it's heartbreaking. It hits you in the feels. You're like, damn, she's still alive, but she's so old, and they can't have their dance together like he promised her back in the 40s, and it just hurts. And what makes it worse is, his best friend, like these are the only two links to his past life. One doesn't have much time left, and the other is a brainwashed assassin. The Winter Soldier in this movie is no joke. He is he's a cold-blooded villain, and that's how he should be. And having him be, one of the main villains in this story makes him one of the best villains by default, because there's a personal connection there. These two are best friends, and to see Steve have to go through him in order to accomplish his mission, it's just hard to watch. Robert Redford is good as an evil white guy in a suit. The MCU has a lot of those, but Robert Redford does a good job playing the leader of this Hydra force. I mean, this movie is just so satisfying. I saw it in the theaters 4 times when it was in theaters, and I could literally watch it every single day. The score is great. I like how I like every time it shows up when Captain America's doing something awesome, like the elevator scene, and he jumps off out of the elevator and gets on his motorcycle to escape the SHIELD headquarters. And it's a great theme for him. Like the first Avenger had a good theme, but this is like the true Captain America theme. They also set up stuff with later, like Agent 13 and Brock Rumlow. They have really small roles here, but they'll pay off in the next Captain America film. At the very end, we get a tease of what's to come with these 2 kids who have enhanced abilities. Who are they, you may ask? Well, we're going to find out in Avengers Age of Ultron, where the Avengers have to reassemble to get Loki's staff. So please join me tomorrow as we dive into my favorite movie of the MCU. Thank you for watching.